What's good, YouTube? Prince back at it with the Ebony Big Booty Vixens Volume 3. We got Sarah J. We got let me stop. Yeah. But now, what's good, YouTube? You know, Prince back with another Tekken video. Haven't done one in a while. There's not really much of a purpose for this video. I just wanted to upload something Tekken related because I'm probably not gonna be playing much Tekken for a bit. Well, I'll still be playing Tekken, but just not as much because, you know, Sonic Frontiers done dropped. God of War Ragnarok dropped. Like, they dropped some bangers this month, honestly. I don't know why, for the life of me, Sonic Frontiers would decide to launch in the same week as God of War, but that is beneath me. I don't know what Sega's marketing strategy for that was, but also, if you guys haven't got Sonic Frontiers, it's an actual good Sonic game, and that is a nasty whiff punish right there. I highly recommend you get it. But the purpose, I guess you could say the semi-purpose of this video was just to break down how toxic PSN Tekken is, and that was a rage quit. I'm not really sure why he decided to rage quit. I mean, the match was already over. I already got the points. I guess that's just one way to exit the match quicker, but this match right here is why I even decided to even upload any of this in the first place. I was playing, you know, a ranked session with Asuka. I wasn't streaming this by any chance. I just felt like playing Asuka. She's my worst character, and I'm like, you know what? Let me rank up Asuka. She's my worst character, but shit, I got fundamentals, so we good. And I ran into this toxic Ling. He didn't play toxic, but he was toxic. Punished the get up kick, down back 1+2. I don't know what this rage art came from, but Xiaoyu, Asuka is like what, +5, +6 off of that down back 1+2 grab. So if she ever does that to you, either step or just block, because you shouldn't be hitting a button. You will get hit on counter hit. And yeah, like after this match, I think it was after this match or after a couple matches, 2 matches maybe, decided to like send me some hate mail talking about, oh, I play cheap as fuck with Asuka or something, but which is weird because I'm gonna keep it real. I play every character in Tekken the same. Like, I really play every character damn near the same. I just focus on fundamentals. I just play a fundamental version of the character every time I play. I don't really parry much with Asuka unless like it's matchup specific for certain strings that I know, or I don't really knowledge check my opponent too much of the character. I just play basic fundamental Tekken with Asuka. That was a nice crush right there. And you know, I don't typically accept Wi-Fi matches, but you gotta understand, the higher you climb in rank, the harder it is to get matches. This was a sick comeback right there. That rage drive with Asuka is so satisfying. But anyway, like, the higher you get in rank, the less matches you're typically able to find as quickly, and more people continuously duck or don't revenge match or just opt out. And by opt out, I'm of course talking about people that just rage quit when they're about to lose. Like, I cannot tell you. I think Perfect Electric Win Godfist or something did a video on like why he was explaining why he couldn't get True Tekken God, which is crazy because I swear I saw him at True Tekken God before, but I'm guessing he's referring to now. And he mentioned that a lot of it is because people just rage quit too much, and I kid you not, rage quitting is probably one of the main reasons I kind of stopped playing Tekken as much. Like, it's ridiculous. I probably would have like 5 characters at True Tekken God if people would just stop quitting when they're about to lose or some shit. At least for on PSN, because the amount of people that rage quit is baffling to me. And there's no penalty to rage quitting. You can just quit, come back, quit, come back. Like, I legit anyway, I'm getting off topic here, but yeah, Xiaoyu was saying I was playing cheap. I don't really understand what most people would consider cheap. The way I looked at it was, alright, when I go into a ranked match and I'm fighting my opponent, because I don't really play player match. Whenever I'm picking up a character, like, I actually just picked up Ling Xiaoyu recently and ranked her up to Ryujin, but that was basically just off of fundamentals. Wouldn't even say my Xiaoyu's amazing or anything. It's just basic fundamental Tekken is what I play with her, referring to how I mostly play most characters the same. And when I go into a ranked match, the first thing I pay attention to is my opponent's Tekken prowess and how many wins do they have on the character. typically, and I don't mean to offend anybody that's watching the video that may fall into this category, but you could take this piece of information as something to help you calm your nerves when you play ranked, because I know a lot of people get anxiety playing ranked. I don't really get that, but I understand why people may feel that. But I was saying, when I play rank, I pay attention to their Tekken prowess. I pay attention to how many wins they have. If they're playing a character, and let's say they're at Yakuza with 6,000 wins, or 1,000, or 2,000, 4,000, or a lot of wins, I take that as the player is not that fundamentally solid. They might be lacking as far as matchup knowledge goes, or they're just a terrible fundamental player. Like, they don't have fundamentals, they choke a lot, they play really unsafe. They might just be bad players, and I take that into consideration because that helps me break down what to expect from them. That was a good duck on the back 4-4 from Xiaoyu. You can duck the second hit and punish. But yeah, just as a tip over there, like, typically when I see a player with a low amount of wins, like maybe like just 100 wins, and they're at like 117 wins, and they're at like Ryujin, I expect my opponent to be solid and have good matchup knowledge and punish most basic things the correct way. So that lets me know, okay, I can't play too dumb against this guy. I'm gonna just play. I mean, I'm always gonna try and play solid, but it gives me indication that, okay, this player might know how to play Tekken. But when I see a lot of wins on a character at like Ryujin, with the Xiaoyu with 900 wins at Ryujin, I'm like, with 900 wins, if you're winning consecutively, you should at least be at Tekken King. But here's the messages. So we doing cheap shit? Okay. I'm like, question mark? And he's like, you're cheap as fuck. And I'm like, how? We go into the next match. He actually did win one match, but I wasn't able to record that one, so I'm like, fuck it, whatever. So we'll just zoom into the next match. Just know that after I won twice, he won once, and then he never won again. He never won again, and I just, I like, Tekken is probably one of the most toxic fighting games you can honestly play, because it's filled with people that have hit this plateau. Like, if you want to talk about people being hard stuck, like, there's people hard stuck in any game that has a ranking system, like League of Legends. There's people hard stuck at like silver, gold. There's people stuck at like Smite. There's people hard stuck in like silver, gold, platinum, or whatever. But if you want to talk about the game that has the most hard stuck players, I'd say look no further than probably fighting games. Look no further than a game like Tekken. The amount of hard stuck players, and I'm not saying this to like, oh, I'll like be an elitist or whatnot or make fun of them, but the amount of hard stuck players in Tekken, for example, is outstanding. Like, what I find is so interesting is like games like League of Legends or Overwatch 2, you can blame your teammates for why you're hard stuck at a rank and say, oh, my team's trash or whatnot, or they're not keeping up, they're not doing their job, support's not healing. But in a fighting game like Tekken, in a fighting game, any fighting game, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Tekken, Injustice, whatever, it's just you. It's just one-on-one. And like, that's, I think this is something Mayman mentioned, like, fighting games are actually very intimate. And I don't mean intimate in like a sexual romantic way. I mean, look up the definition of intimate. I'm not going to break it down for you here, but fighting games are very intimate because it's just one-on-one. It's just you against another player. If you win because it's your fault. You win because of you. You won. Your team didn't win. You won. Alright? When you lose, you lost. Like, it ain't nobody's fault but your own. You lost. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's excuses as far as matchup unfamiliarity, lag. Lag would be a big issue, especially when you're fighting an opponent with Wi-Fi, and Tekken's netcode is honestly horrendous. I'm really hoping Tekken 8 improves the netcode. Otherwise, I might consider Tekken 8 a flop. Like, I don't care about which character makes it into the game because I'm not a one-trick pony. I rely on my fundamentals. I can pick up and play any character, so I don't care if a certain character doesn't make the roster, as long as the roster is decent. and like a lot of the OG characters are there, and the characters that need to be there are there, I'm cool. So I'm not complaining, I'm not bitching or asking for, oh, please put this character in there. If that character's not getting played that much, it's cool. But back to how quote-unquote intimate fighting games are, because it's you against another player, and because there's nothing really to carry you outside from maybe the characters or DLC practices, a lot of people can get like super emotional or very toxic over fighting games because the only fault is you. So people might try harder to, you know, shift blame elsewhere and say, oh, it's not my fault, my character sucks, or they're playing cheap, or their character's busted, or, you know, I should be winning, but it's just blah blah blah. And I honestly gotta say, like, if you're playing any type of fighting game, and like let's say you're stuck in like bronze in Street Fighter, or you're hard stuck at Genbu, it's for a reason. Alright, you may not like to hear it. People like to cope and say, oh, rank doesn't matter, rank doesn't define you, and that's true. Your rank does not define you, demotion risk does not define you, promotion does not, your rank does not define you. But I'm seeing a lot of coping in Tekken as far as like, oh, blah blah blase, and it's just, it's okay to lose, it's okay to lose. Like, if you're playing rank, you should be playing with the intent to get better. But sometimes I'll see people make excuses, they'll be like, oh, Lars is so bad, or that's why I can't rank up with Lars. And it's like, it's not, Lars being bad is not why you can't rank up. You not having matchup knowledge or just having poor fundamentals might most likely be the biggest indicator why you're not ranking up, because rank is an indicator. You might not like to hear this, but your rank is actually an indication of how well you know matchups and how effective you are with your character. So if you can't even rank up past something like Mighty Ruler, which I would consider a low rank, there might be a fundamental problem. Because even people playing like really highly technical characters, if they have core fundamentals, they're going to rank up. They might struggle in the much higher ranks, but that's besides the point. Now, Tekken in a nutshell, very toxic. I honestly can't even recommend Tekken for like newcomers that have never played Tekken before. I would just say, if you want to get into Tekken, go for it now, because Tekken is a legacy fighter, and only new moves don't get taken out. They just keep adding new moves and new moves. So if you really want to play Tekken, get into it now. If you're not sure, don't bother coming to the franchise. You might get annoyed with the toxic players, and most of all, the terrible netcode. I'm planning on buying Tekken 8 when it comes out for PC, because I don't trust Namco to do a good job as far as the netcode. I don't really trust Namco to do a good job with Tekken's netcode. So I'm gonna just stick to buying Tekken 8 on PC or just whatnot. I will buy the game, but I don't think I'll buy the game on PlayStation or console. And honestly, if you're one of these toxic players, just relax. I get it, like, it can be annoying playing rank, it can be annoying playing Tekken at times, but one thing I've never done, like, I've had a numerous amount of people rage quit against me. Not once did I ever message them for quitting or leaving the game. I just told myself, it's not their fault. I want you to realize, if somebody quits on you in Tekken, I'm gonna say this, it's not their fault. I'm not mad that they quit the game. I'm not mad that they rage quit. I'm more so upset that I wasted my time and I had nothing to show for it. In a game like Mortal Kombat 11, I'm not sure how many people have played that, but when people quit in that game, you automatically get the win. I think it's called a quitality, where their character explodes, they take a loss, you get a win. They still lose, you win, you get your points, you get whatever, and you move on with your life. I'm willing to bet that less people message people on Mortal Kombat after they quit versus a game like Tekken, because people feel cheated that, hey, I won that match, my opponent quit, but I didn't get no points. That's why I will never personally message someone that quits the game. I'll just blame Harada. I'll be like, well, there's no penalty for leaving the game, so why would they not leave the game? I personally would never do that. I would never rage quit, but I understand why people do it, because they can. There's not much of a penalty. So I hope that changes for Tekken 8. I hope there is some penalty in place. Also, can we talk about this comeback? Like, Asuka's getting this promo. Like, eat this rate drive. Now, I do a little teabagging here. Oh my god, Prince, you're so toxic. But, let's get into these messages. I normally don't teabag people or key charge, but, this salty Ling Xiaoyu. Let's just look at these messages real quick. Keep spamming the same shit. Then you run. I left because his points were too low at that point. I ranked up. I don't know what people get. But, yeah, Tekken is toxic. Follow me on Twitch. I stream a lot. Shit, I'm out.